Welcome to one of the big ones. It's Charlotte, the Back to School Bash, possibly the biggest event of the summer. I'm your host, Chris Parrish, and we're bringing you all the action here on Action Tracks. All of our gladiators are rolling into the facility as we get ready for a whole lot of monster truck action tonight in Charlotte. We'll meet the competitors in just a moment. We've got a lot of action, so let's get straight to it. We're going to dive straight into qualifying on this tricky Monster Cross crossover track. This might be the longest track in existence in monster trucks. These trucks will be on the track for in excess of 1 minute, nearly a minute and a half. And on the track right now, it's Back to School Bash rookie Tim Jones in the Tailgator. He's out there to set the tone. He's got a tough position in the first passing qualifying. Big trouble for Jones. He spins out, goes around the obstacle. That's going to cost him. That's going to be a penalty. We've got 10 top monster trucks, but only the top 8 make it to round number 1 of racing. 2 of these monster trucks are going to sit on the shelf during racing. So it's all out as Tim Jones sets the tone with a 129.56 with penalties. Out of Delaware, it's Saigon Shaker from the Metal Shop, driven by Ryan Disharoon, the second generation driver. He's in trouble as well. A little bit of a spin out, but it's a long track. He's got lots of time to make up some of that lost time right there in that moment. And so when you're on the track for, at this pace, almost a minute and 30 seconds, there's lots of time to gain. Just a small bobble for Shaker. He's trying to make up some time here. Shaker looking fast as he heads down the final straightaway to the finish line. The time comes in at a 1:18.56. Now on the track, it's one of the veterans in the field, the second generation driver driving Stone Crusher. This is Steve Sims Jr. You've often seen his dad, Steve Sims, drive the Stone Crusher truck, but this weekend, Steven Sims behind the wheel in Stone Crusher. Look at some of the highlights here. Stone Crusher looking very solid, coming across the line in a 1:19.25. Up next, Buckshot, Brandon Budd. Bud out of Culpeper, Virginia. This isn't his first time at the Back to School Bash. He seems to have a good feel for this track. Looking smooth, looking solid. No real bobbles. Maybe not that ragged edge that we saw out of Saigon Shaker, but still very smooth. At this pace, this should give him a fairly solid spot in the field. Comes in at a 119.38, putting him third out of 4 in the field. And now it's the legend, Bigfoot, Darron Schnell behind the wheel. He's also been in Charlotte before at the Back to School Bash. He knows how tough this track is. When these drivers approach this crossover right here, it looks like a wall, even in this 10,000-pound, 10-foot tall monster truck. They've got to keep it smooth and they've got to keep it straight, but they've also got to be fast. So maybe a smooth, conservative run will be the way to go to get safely into the field. Crossing the line with a time of 1:21.56. That will put him 4th out of 5. With Tim Jones bringing up the rear as we take a look at Dozer, the brand new truck from the Dirt Crew DCT Power Sports team. This driven by Jack Brown. We've seen him before at the Back to School Bash and looking good there. Laying down a 119.31. That'll put him lower mid-pack for the moment. Now we've got the team truck, the Dirt Crew dump truck. John Zimmer Jr., another second-generation driver, but his first time here at the Back to School Bash, showing no fear in the dump truck. He's never driven the dump truck before, and so this is trial by fire. Oh, as I say that, he spins out a little bit of trouble, heading onto that final straightaway, keeps his composure, gets back in it, keeps going. We'll have to see what it costs him on the end of the run. It wasn't a fast run, but it'll put him in the field, a 119.50. Right now, Tailgator and Bigfoot sitting on the bump spots as Cory Snyder hits the track. Yet again, another second-generation driver on the track. He's got experience at the Back to School Bash. He was on fire in 2021 at the Bash, and he'd like to back that performance up this year again. But he's got to stay smooth, and he's got to stay clean, and he's got to get in the field. Really well last year at the Bash, but we were on a rain-shortened straight line drags track. But he's showing his performance was still no slouch, even on the killer crossover here at the Back to School Bash. He's looking very solid, very smooth. It's going to be fast. It's a 1:18.16, the new fast time. 2 more trucks remaining. Hooked, driven by Chad Tingler. This truck has seen a lot of success at the Back to School Bash, but there's a lot of pressure right now. This has to be a clean run. The drama is building. Tailgator sitting on the outside looking in, and Bigfoot sitting on the outside looking in and qualifying, sitting in the next to last position. With a good time from Hook, that will eliminate Tailgator from racing. He's looking clean. I don't think there's any risk right now as long as he keeps this run clean. And it's not only clean, but it's the new fast time, a 1:17.60. Our final competitor, Bad Company, John Gordon. He's been tough at the Back to School Bash. He's been here before. We've got a veteran lineup this year, a couple of rookies, but a lot of veterans in the field. Tailgator is going to miss racing. Now the big question is, will Bigfoot, the king of the monster trucks, make the racing field as it sits on the bubble right now with John Gordon and Bad Company on the track? One of those 2 trucks are going on the trailer for racing. Gordon looking really solid so far. A little bit of trouble, but still a clean run. And you're not going to believe this. Fast qualifier, Bad Company with a 1:16.06, meaning that Bigfoot misses racing, as does Tailgator, as they do not qualify for this tough racing field. The racing field was divided by almost 3 seconds over a 1:20 track as we get into racing round number 1. Number 1 fast qualifier, Bad Company, faces off against number 8 qualifier, Dirt Crew, driven by John Zimmer Jr. Zimmer looked good in qualifying, just a little bit of a bobble, but Gordon looked all the better as the number 1 qualifier. At this point, it's gotta be in Zimmer Jr.'s head. It looks like he's behind because of the way the track lays out and because the trucks do every portion of both sides of the track. They cycle to the opposite side from where they started on the second lap. But now he's on the short loop. He'll get to make up time as he comes around the inside. It's looking close. It could be a drag out to the finish line. Zimmer Jr. in some trouble as Bad Company is going to cruise to victory, still looking strong. Our next pair brings Cory Snyder, Toxic, out against Jack Brown in the Dirt Crew Dozer. This is a number 3 versus number 6 matchup. Brown and Dozer. He's still in the hunt as they head down the straightaway. This body is a brand new concept from VCT Power Sports, just released and making a huge impression in the industry and with the fans. He'd like to make a different impression with the fans by winning the Back to School Bash. As he's in the lead coming around the corner to the final straightaway. Toxic's in trouble. He's charging hard into the bus stop. Toxic sends it, but he's still a truck length behind. Dozer takes the victory in an upset victory in round number 1. On the line, it's Saigon Shaker and Stone Crusher. Big issues for Saigon Shaker. It looks like an axle has gone away on the corner of the truck. He's in big trouble. Rear wheel's not spinning. Right rear is broken. This should send Stone Crusher, Steve Sims Jr. straight into the finals. Disharoon with a noble effort, but pulling off the track, pulling around the obstacle. I think that'll be the end of Saigon Shaker and a free ride for Steven Sims Jr. Crusher will cruise into round number 2 with a smooth and easy victory, but most importantly, looking good in round number 1. Our final pair of round number 1, it's Hooked, Chad Tingler taking on Buckshot, Brandon Budd. This could be the race of round number 1. They're already neck and neck as they head into turn number 1. Is a 2 versus 7 matchup, but less than 2 seconds separating these two trucks in qualifying, and both trucks look really good, really smooth, but Hook just a little bit faster throughout the entire track. Both of them looking good so far. Hooked appears to be ahead, but he's got the slower, longer line around the outside on the second half of the lap as Buckshot clears the over-under. We're heading into the final corner. It's neck and neck. Oh, they're right there, charging to the bus stop, down to the final straightaway. Buckshot out of shape, Hooked hammer down to the finish line, taking the victory. We're going to take a little break on Action Tracks. We throw the yellow light. We'll be back. We're back in Charlotte as we get ready for round number 2, but that's not all. Bigfoot and Tailgator didn't make the racing program tonight, but they weren't done. While the other trucks raced, we had a little donut throwdown with Bigfoot versus Tailgator. And while we have a moment, we need to give a huge shout out to Back Channel Production for video assistance at the Back to School Bash, providing all the great video coverage that you see here. We're moving into round number 2, and starting it off, it's Bad Company against Dozer. Jack Brown clearly on edge with the Dozer. Bad Company looking good. Dozer skating all over the track, looking fast. He's in trouble. Dozer's over. A tremendous crash from the Dozer, and Jack Brown, he is out of it. John Gordon in Bad Company has no idea what's going on behind him. He's just running his race at this point. Gordon knows the competition's not near him, but not until right now. Does he have line of sight to see the Dozer? He respectfully cruises over the finish line slowly, allowing the safety crew to get to the Dozer as quickly as possible. Jack Brown is out of the truck. He's okay. Is the Dozer okay? He's done in racing, but there's still Freestyle. We'll see if the Dozer team can thrash on the truck and get it prepared for Freestyle later on in the night. Right now, this is supposed to be Stone Crusher versus Hooked Team Trucks. Hooked is not on the line, and Stone Crusher is being pulled off the line. What a turn of events. Hooked with oil pressure issues didn't make it to the line. Stone Crusher with electrical issues pulled off the line, so we've got 2 fast losers staging up. It's Toxic versus Buckshot on the line. Oh, a little eager. Both trucks red light. They stop. They wait for green and go. They are off in this semi-final matchup. Toxic in the lead as they come around to end the first lap. Around the second time, Toxic will have the slower line around what we'll call the outside, as Buckshot will swing around and then swoop over the crossover, a faster line around the track, so he'll make up some ground, but it looks like he's got some ground to make up for sure, as Toxic is looking very good. Toxic in command, up and over the bus stop one last time. You know that he's Toxic. He's going to the finals. Bad Company versus Toxic, the finals in Charlotte, next. It's been an exciting back-to-school bash so far. And we still have the racing finals. All the drama building all night, and it comes down to 2. Bad Company versus Toxic for all the marbles in Charlotte. Neck and neck, down the front straightaway into turn 1. Toxic drifting through the corner, looking smooth. Got to get through that crossover as Bad Company sails over. He's a little out of shape as well. These drivers are on the edge. Toxic is in trouble. That's going to hand the victory to John Gordon and Bad Company. Smooth sailing, your number one qualifier and winner in racing at the Back to School Bash. It's John Gordon in Bad Company, setting the tone for the night. A huge crowd in Charlotte, and it's time for freestyle. Starting it all off and setting the tone. He's back after that tremendous crash in racing. It's Jack Brown in Dirt Crew Dozer. Last year he was here in the FTI Torque truck. This year he's with DCT Power Sports. Wow! A wicked bounce and sliding the truck around in racing. That put him on his lid. In freestyle, it's just fuel for the fire as he looks to turn it on and set the tone in freestyle. Brown seems to be really doing a good job in his new ride. Seems to really like it. And he's got that awesome brand new Dozer identity that gets attention everywhere he goes. Dozer with the first opportunity to go through the camper, leaving the biggest impression with the crowd. Oh, and stuffs it into a stack of vans. That puts a tire down. Taking a quick look at the Back to School Bash freestyle criteria, 40 points available in 4 categories, 10 points each, filling the clock, momentum, use of the track and the obstacles, and of course, wow factor. And John Gordon, our racing winner, is on the track right now in Bad Company. Wow! Gordon up and over. And the presence of mind to go for the slap wheelie as well. Simply incredible. Gordon is clearly looking to double up the victories in Charlotte and sweep racing and freestyle. Bit of a tough spot with the second position in freestyle, but not letting that get to him at all as he's carrying wow factor after wow factor with huge momentum. At this point, it looks like he's probably going to fill the 2-minute clock as well as he continues his assault on this track. Gordon hitting everything in front of him. The bus quad into the hill, sweeping around into the hill, back over the double, and slides to a stop and kills the power on the truck, saluting the Charlotte crowd. He has just set the tone in a big way with a score of 35. That is going to be tough to beat. Out next, it's Buckshot, Brandon Budd. Side slap into a two-wheel save, all out of shape, up one to the crossover. Bud in Buckshot, clearly not afraid of anything on the track. He's attacking it all and putting on really an excellent performance. But John Gordon, Bad Company, was just on another level tonight. Transition into the downside of that ramp. Huge air again over the bus quad into a slap wheelie, walking it towards the turn one wall. Brandon Budd has just laid down an excellent run, and I don't think it's going to do it. Waiting for the scores at this point. The score is a 27. It's not going to get it done, and that was an excellent monster truck freestyle right there. Hitting the track now, it's Darron Schnell in Bigfoot as the body goes flying, announcing his presence in Bigfoot 19. Schnell, a seasoned veteran with Bigfoot, driving the number 19 piece. He's really made that a home. He'd like a little bit of redemption here in freestyle after not making racing. We talked to him during intermission. He thought, based on some bobbles that the other trucks had during qualifying, that he could make a smooth pass and easily get in the field. And it just wasn't the case. He's trying to make up for some lost pride a little bit here as he's attacking the track in Bigfoot 19. taking a variety of hits, rounding out with a nice little donut. The score is a 24, a solid run, but not providing a lot of wow factor, not quite as much momentum or use of track as the other trucks, so that hurt him. Out now, it's Saigon Shaker. They've been thrashing on the truck. They got the rear axle repaired, it looks like, as he comes out to attack the track sideways over the hill. Oh, locking up the front left corner of the truck. I think he's done a lot of damage to that truck. Yeah, we see sparks. There are 4 links wadded up under there, and that's going to be the end of the run. It's going to be a 9. Just not much you could score on a short run like that. Out now, it's Tim Jones in Tailgator. I expect this to be an angry run out of the big Ford Supergator and Tim Jones. He was upset about not making racing, and I expect him to punish this Gator on the track. Oh no! A big hit to his potential in this freestyle. You heard the big puff of air bursting out of the truck as it came down a little bit sideways. The right front on the truck is flat. And Tim Jones, wow, a lot of courage. Attacking the crossover on 3 tires. Correction, the right rear tire is down. I can't believe Jones went for the crossover. That is a 65-foot gap on 3 tires. That takes a lot of guts. I caught it earlier. He's angry, and this Gator is paying for it right now, and the fans are getting the privilege of watching Tim Jones at work as he burns it down. Just as things were getting exciting, Tailgator is up and over on his lid. That's going to be it, the end of Tailgator's freestyle. But he's driving off the track. Tim Jones is okay. Not going to be the score he's looking for, a 24. We move on to Dirt Crew. John Zimmer Jr., second generation, as we mentioned earlier, behind the wheel for the first time in Dirt Crew. And Little John has shown a lot of potential driving for other teams this year. He was a hot shoe to fill the seat. He hits a nice transfer, one obstacle to another. Zimmer is looking for something a little bit different, coming out with a lot of momentum and trying to find different angles on the track to match and maybe even top John Gordon in bad company. Zimmer's showing complete control. Big Dumpy out here for the first time. He looks like a veteran behind the wheel of this truck. This kid has a lot of talent. He's done some big things already in his career. He's impressed a lot of people, and he's impressing a full house in Charlotte at Charlotte Motor Speedway tonight. If he can keep the truck running and keep this energy going for the remainder of the time, he could be competition for bad company as he cross-threads the crossover. going for a popper. We've not seen that here. I don't think the crowd in Charlotte has ever seen this. Being a racing and freestyle event, there's usually not time to slow down during freestyle and have that sort of presence of mind for technicality like that. And Zimmer is bringing it to the table. This is going to be interesting. The score is in. It's close, but not quite. A 32 puts him in second place, as Bad Company with a 35 continues to lead. But here comes one of the big hammers. It's Stone Crusher, Steven Sims Jr. out of Virginia Beach, Virginia. This team has won so many events at the Back to School Bash over the years. This is going to be a full burn down run. Hooked with oil pressure issues is not going to make freestyle. And Sims, frustrated after racing, is going full send. Crossover, blowing out the right front tire. That was a hurtful landing. He's still going. If he doesn't let that hurt his momentum and he fills the time, we're ticking towards the end of the run. He could be a match for Bad Company. It starts to show the wear, struggling a little bit, but attacking the bus quad. Time is at an end, and so is the truck at that point, and he's tied. Bad Company. We have a tie for first place in freestyle, with one truck remaining. The reigning Back to School Bash freestyle champion, Toxic Cory Snyder. Only one truck can take the outright victory. Otherwise, we go to a crowd cheer-off. The Warped Motorsports guys purchased an awesome metal shop chassis and have been dialing it in, and Snyder really seems to have the truck working the way he likes at this point. These trucks have such a low center of gravity, they can almost be a little bit hard to freestyle, and Snyder has really figured out how to master that and put this truck on edge. Snyder is working it hard back and forth across the track. Big momentum, big throttle, and some great slap wheelies so far. a really good freestyle performance so far. Carrying all the momentum, but it's not quite that raw ridiculousness, on edge, even stupid factor that we saw out of Stone Crusher and Bad Company. That's going to be the end of it. A 27, not going to get it done. We have a tie in freestyle. Bad Company and Stone Crusher, we go down trackside for the cheer off.
Who wants Steven Sams and Stone Crusher? The guy that won, the guy that flipped the forward flip, making history, John Gordon in Bad Company.
There you hear it, sweeping the back-to-school bash. It's John Gordon in Bad Company with an incredible performance in racing and freestyle. It's been an awesome event. We hope you'll join us next time on Action Tracks.